Yeah, Kenneth, take a look. This is the ATM that is now currently unavailable. This is the one that was hit in Fairfax County. It is a wild story. Yes, it's called jackpotting. Essentially, it is a cyber-physical crime that is growing not only here in the DMV, but across the country. Attackers are compromising ATMs, forcing them to dispense tens of thousands of dollars, kind of like a slot machine in Vegas. I talked to an expert who is going to break it down for us. He actually wrote an op-ed on this very issue. Take a listen.
Or attached a box that overrode the ATM machine's connection with the internet, so they could download their own malware, or they did it by radio frequency. In either case, what they wind up doing is taking charge of the software of the machine. They just tell the machine through the software world that, spit the money out, just let it go.
Yeah, so here are the suspects Fairfax County Police are looking for tonight. Police say the first suspicious activity happened on October 3rd. A suspect approaches this drive-up ATM on Members Way and used a key to open the machine. A few hours later, a new model blue Jeep returns and the same individual accesses the ATM again. Just after 1 a.m., a second person joins in, spending more than 15 minutes at the machine, recording it, appearing to manipulate the hardware. By 2 a.m., an unmasked suspect in that same Jeep begins withdrawing cash without a card, without even touching the screen. Detectives say he simply held up a phone and money started pouring out. In a matter of minutes, $175,000 just gone.
The real issue is it's going to cost more for the banks to make up the lost profits. Where is it going to come? It's the old trickle-down theory. Somewhere along the line, instead of a $5 bank charge per month, it'll be a $6 charge. So we end up paying the bill for these things.
Yeah, again, this is the Apple Federal Credit Union in Fairfax. Even though the trickle-down effect may hit consumers, the one reassuring piece of this is that the money stolen is not attached to anyone's particular account. So account holders will now be held responsible. The real hit is being felt by banks, by small businesses. Again, police in Fairfax County want you to come forward if you know any information about this crime. Also, to businesses, to banks, they want you to register your security cameras, like the ones I see right here, with Connect Fairfax County. That way that can help identify suspects if a case like this happens again. Kenneth?
Man, so that's what we doing now, huh? Hey, so my whole thing is, right, banks, I don't know if y'all know that, but banks, they rob people. They like the biggest scammers every day. When you put your money in a bank, what they do, they take your money and they invest it. You put $10,000 in there, and they take your money and invest it somewhere else. You know what I mean? And they got so much money, from every other party that's, deposited in the bank. Whether they make a good or bad deal, they get the money back, and the money insured. So I had $1,400 in my account. Right? I'll go to jail. I get out 1 year later. By the time I get to my bank account and you looking at the interest, bro, when I tell you like $2.18 interest off $1,400, bro, it was only about $2 and some change. Like, why am I investing my money in here? Like, why is I putting my money in here with you all? Like, I'm better off just, putting my money on a debit card. But no, that was slick the way Buddy did it, though. They say and see, y'all got to look as far as with the future. Remember, everything finna be digital ID. So everything going to be done according to the chip. So with that being said, who to say that, your money won't be compromised? I mean, if we see how the things go with the computers. And that's another thing I say about these cars that drive itself. It's computerized. So just like and remember what I'm telling you, because I'm going to leave this video up. Remember how the man just went over there and they say he override the software and just told it to dispense the money and the computer complied. What's to stop from when somebody in a car and these cars driving itself or airplane, taxis, who to say that nobody won't override, and I'm really speaking of government, but override the car that you in, you're a public figure, and all of a sudden your car went off the bridge. Watch and listen. Watch. A lot of that's going to be going on once they trying to get these 15-minute cities together. You know, a lot of people going to be, you know, where something happened with the computer, the car wouldn't stop, it went over a bridge. Like, come on, man, that's hogwash. So I want to say, like, you know, we have to be real careful when we start talking about getting into this, you know, this new era, you know, because who's going to be to blame? There won't be nobody you can point your finger at to say, hey, you know, he was drunk or this and that. No, the car drives itself. I don't know if a lot of y'all know what the Tesla, right? When that car drives and it gets sirens behind it, automatically the car pulls over. You know, it's programmed to turn, you know, to pull over once they see sirens. The fire department, the ambulance, the police, any type of signs, your car must pull over. It's designed that way. So if he can do that right now, and remember, anything on software can be reprogrammed. It's going to be a lot of things going on. People walk around with a chip in them and automatic loaded machine gun. You know, like, come on, make it make sense, man. Hey, if y'all don't see it, that's y'all. I don't know what to tell you. I just want to chime in on this, you know. Yeah, the banks rob people every day, man. You know, like, let's keep it real. You know, you in there, you go get a car. The car costs $18,000. After you finance it, $40,000. So you paying all this in interest, but yet you leave $10,000 in the bank, and you know your interest. You know, every year you probably gain $12 on that 10. Like, come on, make it make sense, man. Now they the biggest scammers and robbers on planet Earth. So no, I'm not cool with that. You know, put my money in the bank. I mean, of course you have to, because some things you got to buy online, so it's gonna become important. But I'm not even mad at bro. Do your thing, bro. You know, I applaud you. You know, but yeah, I'm just chiming in on that, man. Hey, remember what I said. You know, watch and see. You know, don't be a sucker. You hear me? And y'all, you know, y'all stay clear. You know, of this digital ID. You heard it from me first. Like and subscribe. Man, I'm out.